About halfway up this mountain, in this unassuming place, is the Cave of the Apocalypse. This structure covers a cave where, according to early church tradition, is the place where John spent much of his time here at Patmos in exile. The cave is also where John received a series of special visions which became the book of Revelation, the final book in the New Testament. Now, the mosaic that you can see above the entrance to the Cave of the Apocalypse depicts St. John the theologian with his disciple Prochorus, who some say transcribed John's visions into writing. Now, the tradition that Prochorus was here helping St. John can be traced back to a text from the 5th century that says Prochorus, who was one of the 7 deacons from the original Jerusalem church, was also banished here with John, though no other evidence for that claim exists. Inside is the traditional cave where many believe that John received the visions that comprise the book of Revelation. Now, the cave was reestablished in 1088 when a monk named Christodoulos received special permission by the Byzantine emperor to transform the pilgrimage site into a sacred place for the Orthodox Church. Tradition maintains that these 3 fissures in the rock represent the Holy Trinity of God. The book of Revelation is considered the last book in the New Testament. It's filled with mysteries and metaphors, many of which are related to future events. Its imagery and the predictions are sometimes rather strange. And scholars are often in disagreement as to what they mean or when they'll take place. Since all of that is a little above my pay grade, I think I'll stick to the basics. Book of Revelation is a series of colorful visions which proclaim the last days before Jesus Christ returns and ushers in a new heaven and new earth. It is a final warning that the world will surely end and there will be a final judgment. It gives us a tiny glimpse of heaven and all the glories awaiting Christians. It also takes us through the Great Tribulation with all its woes. Much of the book of Revelation is the culmination of biblical prophecies about end times, beginning with the Hebrew scriptures and continuing through the Gospels. It's what we call apocalyptic literature, with the same kind of end-of-days language that we often see in Old Testament books, such as Daniel, Ezekiel, Isaiah, and Zechariah. Currently, the oldest known manuscript of Revelation is called P98, a fragment found in Egypt that dates to about 150 AD. That places this copy of Revelation just over 50 years after John's original composition on Patmos.